Just as God first created parent materials and then worked on them to get the sun, moon, and stars, the trees, the terrestrial animals, the seas, aquatic animals. It's when you are working, there must be a parent material, there must be a field of life where you are cultivating, you are bringing order. How did all these things come about? By naming them. So sound or words or naming is at the root of what God did in Genesis. Man is now supposed to study these things using God as a reference and bring things out. Those of us that are gifted in this, we are determining how the rest will work in this area. Because until words are spoken, until things are written, creation doesn't advance. Psalm 111 verse 2. You see that word sort, that word translated sort out in King James after the word to study. So it should have read, the words of the Lord are great, they are studied by all them that have pleasure in it. Man comes on the scene, and look at how God creates man. God brought man out of himself, spirit, and God merged him with the body. That is to say, if Adam had not fallen, we will still study economics and anatomy, physiology, sociology, psychology, because man is part of the works that must be studied so that he can imitate God to have dominion on the earth. When we study this, what will we get? What will we find out? And I'm saying that the ultimate goal is so that we can get the life. Now, in studying these things, there are three things we are supposed to come up. We will discover. Number one, we are going to discover the laws of God. He set in creation. We are going to discover the processes and the systems God placed in its creation and the procedures God employed in what He created. John chapter 1 verse 3. That word logos means the divine logic, the divine sense. Now, this word which made all things, the Bible also calls it the wisdom of God, because you know that God also created all things by His wisdom. So behind everything that God created is the wisdom of God. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 4. You know God is a king, and the Bible says His word is power, is law. So when we are studying creation, which came about by means of His word, what are we investigating? His laws. We want to understand His laws. So when we are studying anthropology, studying biology, studying botany, studying all these things that we are studying, we are actually going to land in a certain place. What place? We will discover the laws of God. So as we study these things, we are studying the laws of God that governs space, the laws of God that governs the earth, and the laws of God that governs the sea. Why are we failing as Ghanaians? We went to school, but we didn't understand the laws of life, the processes of life, and the procedures of life. Once we understand this, the laws, the processes, and the procedures now become the platform, the reference. They become the pattern for us to imitate with our gifts, our skills, and our talents.